He would be running around here saying the N-word like he black.
Doing yeah. That's his favorite word. That's his favorite word.
Right. He talking about, I don't like YouTube, I don't like Instagram, all this stuff.
But that's the thing. Put together, he was like, let's start a YouTube channel. I'm like, Kaden, how would you start a YouTube channel when we don't do nothing, you know? Like, you want to let off day and, you know, what are we supposed to do? And I don't, personally, me, I have social anxiety. Bad.
Does he hit girls?
Now, that thing, he did hit me, and he did also pull a gun out on me. Every time you threaten to leave him, he would threaten to kill himself. We had gotten an argument. I really can't remember what it's about. I'm pretty sure it was about something very small, something simple. He went and stepped out his cabinet and grabbed a shotgun and threatened to shoot me if I left. He would take my phone away from me. Wouldn't let me call anybody, and that would scare me so much. Oh no, Kate was not from the hood. Let me tell you, they have a little town called Croc Springs, very racist town, must I remind you. No matter what, Miss Kelly, which is Kadin'S mom's dad, always made sure that they was good. They always had a nice house. They never had to stay in the hood. I can guarantee you that. They never had to stay in the hood. He got me pregnant at a young age, too. He was trying to get me pregnant. He wanted to have a baby. I guess they felt like he was going to trap me.
Loudegange, yeah, we loudest in our name. 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 It's RBT and I'm coming with my change.
It's Emily and I'm coming with my babe. It's that T and I'm coming with a bang.
Loudegange, yeah, we loudest in our name. It's RBT and I'm coming with my change.
It's Emily and I'm coming with my babe. It's that T and I'm coming with a bang.
Make sure you subscribe and make sure that you like.
Yeah.
What is this?
Introduction.
What's up, y'all? Today we're doing an interview with Kadin'S ex. She has the same issues as my child, so we're gonna see what she had in the past, and it's such a coincidence that we got in contact with one another, and she's sharing some of the same things that I'm going through, and how Kadin mentally abuses and controls every girl he's with. So y'all stay tuned.
The reason why we keep bringing this to the internet is because if any other girls get with Kadin, it's gonna be dangerous, and we just don't want that to happen. You know,
What's weird is he got tattoos of both girls.
Yeah, it's you know, like them little like creepy movies where guys be like stalking girls and stuff on Netflix and stuff. This is just like that, bro. Like, and you know, yeah, she said she.
We're gonna show them. We're gonna put the messages up there. Right now, let's call her.
But yeah, we really just keep bringing this to the internet because it just needs to be stopped.
No, we're not bringing this to the internet unless he does something else, which he is.
Okay, but that's why I'm saying we bringing this to the internet.
Because he won't stop. He's the one who keeps whining like a baby and doing all kinds of terrible things. Shoot, and if I want to beat somebody up, y'all calling me a freaking abuser. Let me tell you one damn thing. If I wanted to kick both of their ASS, it would be done. They know I don't play. And any of y'all come up in my face tripping, y'all gonna get an ASS whooping too. I don't play. So, you know, y'all get ready. Since I'm such an abuser.
And y'all keep talking about Troy needs to stay in a child's place. How y'all gonna tell me this when this is my family? Like, y'all are just outsiders. Y'all need to stay in an outsider's place. Okay?
Right.
How you gonna tell me?
Shut up.
How you gonna tell me what I need to do when you a whole like fan? Like, stop playing with me, bro. Stay in a fan's place. Y'all in my business. Don't tell me how to run my business.
All right, well, come on, let's get this thing rolling. I'm tired of these people. Wait a minute. You can hold it because we gotta keep it on the chart. Don't put it on the chart. You gotta do something. Say, what's your name? What's your name?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, my name's Troy. I'm Emily's brother. So,
Okay.
I know you've been seeing everything that's been going on the internet and everything. But, yeah, I was just wondering, like, I don't know, like, do you think that Emily will ever have, like, a point where she realizes what he's doing to her?
Because I got to that point where I did, even though it took me maybe, 2 years to realize. So I was like, okay, this is my breaking point. It's either me or him now. And I had to learn to start putting myself first because of the things that he was doing.
Right.
As far as putting me down, making me feel like I was worthless. Just things like that, like just controlling my life.
Right.
Hi, I'm Emily's mother.
Hi.
And I've been so stressed out. And when we got your DM, we were like, oh my gosh, this is like such a coincidence. Like, it's just like, oh, he said that, didn't he say that he broke up with, he broke up with her because she cheated on him. I'm sure that he lied.
I never cheated on him. He broke up with me because I finally decided to move back to my grandma's house because we was going through a lot of stuff. So I was like, at this point, I was like, it's either me or him. It got to the point where it's like I was depressed. I was crying.
Oh,
I didn't feel my...
That sounds like Emily.
Ma'am?
I said, that sounds like Emily, but it's so weird that she turned on our whole family. Well, this is Emily.
Honestly, I'll be honest with you, I did the same thing. And it's sad to say, like, my grandma raised me. So I don't even know where to start. I really don't even know where to start. So I'm going to say it like this. I was maybe about 16 years old, and I grew up in a Christian household.
Emily, too?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
We went to Bible study every Wednesday. We went to church every Sunday.
Maybe he preys on girls like you guys, because you're pretty, too.
Yeah.
He preys on girls like you and Emily, because you're pretty. You seem very sweet. You know, you're a Christian household.
And I feel like that's what my grandma said. She was like, if you notice, it's always the good girls he liked to do that to, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, so when he noticed how my grandma keep me inside the house, he was like, okay, why we can't never go nowhere? Like, why we always gotta have somebody with us when we go somewhere? And I'm like, because I'm only 16. Like, at the time, I'm only 16. Like, I don't know how your family get down, but my family they don't play that.
Yeah.
They don't play that. So, it was getting to the point where, eventually, after I could say about a year, is when he started showing his true colors. First, it was like, why you wearing that? Why you doing this? Why you doing that? Like, where you going? I guess I'm going to the store with my grandma. Why you can't stay home? You know, just simple things like that. And it just escalated to the point where it's like, one day he was like, this is getting, I can't be with you no more because you listen to your grandma too much. She's too strict. And then at the point, I was like, I don't want to let him go. So, sad to say, but I was like, I don't care. I'm leaving. So I left in the middle of the night. I wrote my grandma a note and I left in the middle of the night. And the next day I was at his house and his mom was okay with it. And I was like, I don't care because I love him. And if she don't understand that, then whatever. So I just started literally being under his roof, you know?
That's where Emily is now.
Really?
And she's telling us off I'm like, me and my daughter are so close and it hurts so bad. Because, he knew he couldn't run. Like, her minor years, we got into an altercation a few times. He would turn up and do all this crazy stuff. But we have security and all that. And the security would put him in check. The males that we have around, a lot of dudes. So he can only go so far with that because she was a minor. When Emily, I guess he made this plan. When Emily turned 18, he started working on mentally trying to turn her against us and get her out the house. Her 19th birthday, I could just see he had proposed to her, and we was trying to accept it and all. This dude was doing the worst stuff. Like, Emily would come home and say, he talks about my body. He talks about my face. And she would just bust out crying. I'd say, Emily, you're beautiful. Stop. No, mommy, he's abusing me, my mind. She said, I can't think.
And I feel like he's trying to trap her with this marriage. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because Emily's still young. Like, why y'all focus on marriage? Y'all should be trying to live y'all life. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Like, I feel like he's trying to rush into it, so he feel like, okay, we get married, I have more control over her.
Right.
And he's basically, everybody in social media don't see it, but Kadin is basically using Emily. Like,
oh no, I know for a fact he is, because when we was together, I was working I dropped out of school at 16 years old to work, literally, because of the things my family was going through. So it's like, when I did that, he knows, like, why you give all your family your money, and why you do this and all you do that?
He says that to Emily.
That's my family going to come first.
But he don't give us money. We work. We all work as a team. But Emily has a salary, but she spends that on him. Like, but I mean, if he was a good man, I wouldn't even care. But this dude is rotten.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I worked at Walmart distribution center. If anybody knows, it's hot in there. It's a big old warehouse. You package, freight, and do this and the other. At the time, that's where I was working at, and I tried to get him on. He didn't last a week. He don't like to work. He got a job offshore. He didn't keep that. He does not like to
Never
work.
keeps jobs.
Do not like to work at all.
That's true.
His mama has to just push him to get his high school diploma, because he don't like to do nothing at all.
Right.
Nothing at all. He sat on my couch and this dude.
It's like, you can't live like that if you can't make yourself like you got that, and you don't.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
like? Don't spend your last on clothes to try to impress people when you
Right.
really need that for your personal hygiene stuff. And as a man, I have to keep telling him, Kate, brush your teeth, wash your face.
Right. That's what Emily says the
I have
same.
to get on him about that constantly.
Right. But he kept a job on and off during that whole 2000 and when COVID first hit. What was it, 2019 or something? But
Yes,
when
ma'am.
he was here like the whole time, like almost like that whole year. I think he went home only a few times. This dude didn't have no job, no nothing. He ate with us, slept in the different room. And Emily, I let him stay here because she kept saying his parents don't want him home. His stepfather hates him. Can you please let him stay here? Because he's in the streets. And so I was like, this dude got to go home. He can't stay here. Please, mama, please. He's in the streets. You got to let him stay here. I let that dude stay here. He stayed here, didn't do nothing. Used us to death. But then when he finally gets a job or anything, don't give us nothing. I don't want nothing, but he could have offered every now and then, Miss Liz, want me to pay for your food? When he went to fancy restaurants with us all the time, travel with us. He didn't pay for nothing. This dude just and he got Emily right now. That's his way out of his mama house. Cause now he talked about getting an apartment. I'm getting an apartment. This dude even bought fake Versace sheets, put them on some fake bed, did all that, took screenshots, I put it on his story, never moved out. So now he got my daughter, and he up here talking about, now we moving out. And he giving her contracts talking about it's $3,000 for us to get into this apartment. He just got a settlement from inheritance from his grandma, somebody that died, his aunt. He think he got all this money. His mom just put the car in her name. Since he got that money, that dude took off and started being like an asshole.
He let money get to his head. That's all he ever wanted. That's what he loves. He loves money, but he don't like to work for it. That's him. That's Kadin. That is Kadin.
He gets free stuff, and it's everywhere he goes, he gets free stuff. And it's at first I just kept forgiving him, and there's all the men in my circle kept saying, this dude's he's sneaky. He's sneaky. He's playing y'all. And I just kept giving him chances because of my daughter begging me. He would be running around here saying the N-word like he black. Doing
Oh,
them.
yeah, that's his favorite word. That's his favorite word.
Right, and all these black men are
He
getting...
said that one time around my grandma, and my grandma let him have it. My grandma let him have it. Because my grandma, being like, I think she's like 65, 66. Hearing that triggered my grandma because the shit she went through when she was,
Right.
So hearing that, she was like, no, we don't play that around here. Like, you can do that around, other people don't do that over here in my house.
Right, you don't get no, I'm with a white man, but hey, he ain't never said the N-word. Like, how you think you got that pass?
It's about respect. Yeah, you gotta think about others around you, not because you feel like, oh, I'm dating somebody back, so I feel like I'm privileged to say that.
No. And then all the black guys around me, like my people that work with me, the people that work for me, the people that love us and do stuff. Whereas this dude off the chain, and Emily always taking up for him. She goes from here to here. She be popping off for this dude. It's like we her enemy.
But see, that's the thing. Like when he was trying to turn me against my grandma, I'd be like, no, y'all just saying that because y'all don't like him. Standing up for him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's how it was. Now,
so you think she gonna come back to us and calm down after she realizes?
I feel like she will. Like once she get fed up to a fed up line, she will. Cause I'm gonna tell you, she's putting up a lot more than I don't know what she's going through personally. But see, my family, I didn't grow up in YouTube or none of that.
Yeah.
So it's like we was be able to pay our bills and things like that, but we wasn't like like y'all. I'm not saying like y'all like anything. But
no, I understand what you're saying, sweetie. But Emily, he saw an opportunity. And he talking about, I don't like YouTube, I don't like Instagram, all this stuff.
But that's the thing. Put together, he was like, let's start a YouTube channel. I'm like, Kaden, how can you start a YouTube channel when we don't do nothing, Like, you want to let off day and, what are we supposed to do? And personally, I have social anxiety, bad. I don't like to be in the public. I barely like to take pictures. Like, that's just me. So I'm like, starting a YouTube, what are we going to do it about? We don't do anything. I work my ass off, you stay home. So what am I supposed to do?
Right.
We don't go nowhere special, so I just feel like that's just not my cup of tea, personally.
Yeah, and so that's funny because he'll do 1 million YouTube videos with Emily by herself. But once we get the camera, it's like he got something to hide. He's scared we're going to expose something on this dude. And it's like he swears up and down he don't like YouTube, but Emily gonna call me talking about, and Emily now saying she don't like YouTube, but they all on the channel. He came in my daughter, he don't like Instagram, he don't like YouTube, but how you met her on Instagram. You came in my other daughter's page paying for promo to try to get more followers. He only had 6,000 followers or something like that.
But see, with his followers, he bought his followers. Like, when we first started talking, I've been through so many Instagrams because I forget passwords. So, like, I never keep an Instagram because I didn't forget the password. I'm not a social media person at all. So, it's like he always kept an Instagram, but I watched him literally buy his followers. Like, I think there's this app you can do it on. So, that's how he got all his likes and all his, he would buy that.
Yeah.
Because if you know, that's like if you go on their page, you're like, who is it? Like, it's either foreign people or people you never see, or
So he was really obsessed with it. That like we know he is, but he fakes it because that's his thing, trying to make it like that's why he don't want to work. He don't want to do no YouTube videos, but you want to sit on my couch and play footsies with my daughter and get her lazy too. And it's like I work a 9 to 5. I run this business. We do music. We do entertainment. We do everything, and we have other little businesses. And he was like, I kept saying, Kadin, trying to get him involved in everything, and he had no drive.
Oh, yeah.
He just wants somebody to say, here, Kadin, here's $1 million. Just have at it.
That's what he wants. That's what he wants. He expects handouts. And
right.
What it when you brought up his stepdaddy, I know Ray. His name is Ray, Mr. Ray. And Mr. Ray doesn't like him because he said men are supposed to wear boots. And that's how he feels. He's like, men supposed to wear boots, not supposed to sit up here and flash for stuff they know they don't have. Stuff like he would go to Hibbert Sports, buy a suit he know he couldn't afford, just to return it the next day just to say he had it on to make himself look cool and things like that. That's why Mr. Ray didn't want him there, because he didn't want to work.
Yeah.
Mr. Ray got good jobs, good jobs, but he didn't want to work.
He always, since I've known him, he had like 10, 15 jobs.
Yeah, I
and
know.
they only are like a day or two, or maybe a week, or maybe right now. He had this one job. He's such a liar too. He says, "Oh, I don't have that other job." He told Emily. He said, "But guess what? I got a new job making $8,000 a month." The lies are so ridiculous too. And Emily be asking me, "Mama, he's lying. This don't make sense." And I'm like, "Yep, it don't make no sense." And I'm trying to tell her, but then if we say anything negative, she pops off like she can say everything.
It's defensive. He's defensive quick. That's how I was. I'm telling you.
Oh, it's
I know. I know.
And I can say Emily's just like under his spell. Like, she's just so naive to this. She's hearing impaired too. So he's just really taking advantage of her. He don't want her to drive. She got a car right out there. My daughter got a car that she could drive. She got insurance on it. I have her under, my medical insurance. Emily got everything she needs. And he wants to convince Emily that he's a savior and can take her places, and he's going to we take her, if she needs to go somewhere, there's so many cars that can take her somewhere. But he's trying to play Mr. Savior. Like, I'm the one that takes you to get your...
For me, like, I couldn't go nowhere if it wasn't me. That's how he thinks. And, like, when I turned 15, like, that's...
Get Duck. Can you get Duck, Troy? Pick him up. Well, just leave him on the couch. I'm sorry, one of my dogs fights with the other one. So they... What were you saying?
When I turned 16, I stayed up and I bought my first car. He was so mad because before I got my car, like, my grandma's handicapped. She got handicapped. She had to retire. So I was asking him, can you bring me this that place or whatever? I didn't need it because I could always, like, even though me and my mom wasn't like this, I knew if I needed to go somewhere, she'll come get me and bring me where I needed to go. So, and type of person I am, I don't like to bother somebody that don't really associate with me much. So I always feel like, bring me to Walmart. And I thought it was fun, like, going to the store with your boyfriend and this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's go this place, let's go that place. And then when I got my car, he was pissed.
That's a control thing? How you going to get mad when your girl gets a car? He was mad when Emily we were convincing her, you got to start driving. I bet Emily is not in her classes. She's supposed to be in college. Mm-hmm. I bet she's not going to her classes. He was not helping her, like, stay into school, do positive things. He just has so many negative, like, things he wants to keep telling my daughter. And he wants to keep making her feel inferior. And Emily had, like, these friends. They were older girls. Oh, my God. He did everything to get them girls to, like, leave. And hated them.
I had a childhood best friend. I couldn't even talk to her because he noticed, like, when I go spend nights at our house or whenever we would go get our nails done, he didn't like that he had to be there. If he couldn't be there, he didn't want it. He didn't want to have no involvement. That's how he was.
Now he got her over there and his mama. That is so sad. I'm sorry you experienced that, honey.
Honestly, I don't think he had his mama house because the way his stepdaddy set up Ray, he don't play that. Even with me, like, he took it for so long. But after a while, he's like, okay, if you old enough to have somebody put somebody to this house, you don't have to get your own house.
Yeah.
Honestly, the way Miss Kelly is set up, I know how she is to this day. Like, she'll text me on Facebook and be like, "Hi, beautiful, just checking on you," and I don't get involved with it because I feel like it's not right. Me and him not together, so I don't be rude to it, but I just keep it,
cordial. That's sweet.
And that's how they are. They don't believe in all that. Like, they did it for so long, but after Ray threatened to literally leave his mom, he was like, "Okay, Kaden, either get your own place or you can't bring nobody over here."
Yeah.
Like, house to house, like, from pillows to posts, literally. Like, when I left my grandma's house and they couldn't deal with me being over there no more because he didn't want to do nothing, we went from his grandpa's house, went from his auntie's house, And I thought that was okay. To me, that was okay.
Because you were in love.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, I'm working gas in his car. I'm paying his insurance. I bought him a PlayStation. Like, I didn't even
For
spend anything on
Kadin'?
For Kadin'.
Oh my gosh, this sounds so much like Emily. Emily buys his shoes, his clothes. Emily buys him all his jackets, and he guess what he does with all the jackets? And he says, "Why are you tripping? You can always get more." Emily used to have so many cool jackets. They wear the same size shoe, so he takes all her shoes and he.
Like my shirt, I love graphic tees. I like oversized graphic tees. That's what I like to wear. So he would always take them and make them nice and put it under like a blue jean jacket. And I would never see my shirt again.
Yeah, he's good at taking people's stuff. And he took Emily's jackets and would give them to those dudes that are his friends. He would give them the world, but barely gave Emily anything. I could literally. Only time Emily got something from him that I see was her birthday or Christmas. And you wouldn't believe small things this dude would come up in here and give her, like a freaking some chocolate covered strawberries, and she would flip out on that.
Bear and flowers. That was something that he always did to make it feel like he was doing something, I guess.
Right, but the dude, it's just sad because I'm just glad that we spoke because it makes me feel like I'm not the only one everybody here is like trying to understand. He did her stepfather. He would go and help Kadin with his car. He would go and help Kadin Kadin would have flats and be like, "Come help me," this and that. And do this and that. He's fixed his tickets because he's a cop. He'd do a bunch of stuff for him. This dude had nerve enough to not even answer the phone for Mark when Mark would call him just for simple things. He would be like that. That dude would take and then never want to give nothing back.
That's how he was. He just like you said, he want handouts. He wants somebody to do for him, but he won't do nothing in return, you know?
And I'm telling you, Emily's is way out his mama house because she said he gotta go. She telling him, he's 20 going on 21, so it's really time. His mama keeps telling him he gotta get out. So he feel like Emily is his freaking Cash App, basically. And then they was using her Cash App to get all these hotels, and he said, you could check her account because, I have access to her account. Check her account. We don't have she ain't using the money out of her account. Dude, I'm not stupid. She's using the Cash App.
Yeah.
But Troy, you got.
I think I'm gonna notice that.
It's just sad, and Emily would be in there crying, and
I've been wanting to reach out to y'all, but I feel like it wasn't my place to. Now seeing that, the only reason why I knew because my little sister, she's into YouTube. She loves YouTube. She watches. So she's like, Lily, and then because they called me Lily. She's like, Lily, look what happened, and she showed me that video, and I said, man, if they only knew the stuff that he put me through, I don't want her to go through because I know how that made me feel. To this day, I feel like I'm just getting over my insecurities. Feel like I'm not good enough, and
right.
I'm sort of myself because the littlest bit of weight I gained. Oh, you gaining weight?
He stuffs her with food.
I can eat something, but that's the thing. He loves to go eat out.
Yes, and he be telling her to eat all these sweets, and that's another thing. He's trying to make her fat so she won't be attractive. No, Emily gained so much weight with him.
That's it, because I'm telling you, if he was at the house and I would pick up a snack, he'd be like, "Oh, you eating another snack?" I'm like, "Bro, this is my first snack." But at the same time, he loves to go eat out.
But that's stressing you out because that's just like, why are you riding this girl because of that? Because you're evil and you're trying to put her down, and she's a beautiful girl. You're a beautiful girl. You shouldn't have a man in your life saying that. And it's so abusive. And Emily would have these complete huge fights with this dude in the car, get thrown out, and say she be.
Now, when you said that, I'm sorry to cut you. When you said that in the video, that's another thing that really hit me because Kate's mom live in the Old Port Bear Highway. And one night we was fussing. We was fussing because I told him I wanted to go home to my grandma because I couldn't deal with him no more. My phone was on 1%. I had one person I knew that if I called, they would answer. My best friend that I haven't talked to in forever. He got mad and literally pulled the car in park, walked on the other side of the car, dragged me out of the car, and let me walk on the Old Port Barry Highway by myself. And I literally sat there at Savoy's, got this little sausage shop on the Old Port Barry Highway. I sat there, and I had my phone on 1%. I had one person in the car, and she told me she was on the way. I was cold. It was cold outside. He left me there. He didn't go check up on me or nothing. I cried, and I cried, and I cried. And when I say, like, I felt like, wow, why is he really doing this to me? I thought he loved me. Like, he didn't check up on me. He didn't care. My phone was on 1%. Like, I had bruises. I had marks from when he did drag me out the car. Because he literally put out after road is gravel.
Does he hit girls?
Now, that thing, he did hit me, and he did also pull a gun out on me.
Whoa.
So when
he pulled a gun out on himself and talking about he was going to kill himself in front of Emily.
Every time you threaten to leave him, he would threaten to kill himself. He'll be like, "Oh, I'm going to throw myself off the Baton Rouge Bridge." He'll always threaten me with that every time I threaten to leave him. And when his parents went out of town, well, his mom and his stepdad went out of town, it was just me and him at the house. So when they had left, we had gotten an argument. I really can't remember what it's about. I'm pretty sure it was about something very small, something simple. He went in his stepdaddy's cabinet and grabbed a shotgun and threatened to shoot me if I left. He would take my phone away from me. Wouldn't let me call anybody. And that would scare me so much. And it's to the point where it's like, I want it to my parents, but I don't. Because it's like, after he would have cooled down, he would be so good. I'm like, okay, well, he's cool now, so it must be done. And every time I feel like he was going to change, he never did. I felt like it only got worse with time. Until it took me one time, I tried to commit suicide. And when I did that, I opened my eyes and realized, like, when I woke up and I saw my grandma at the end of my bed rubbing my feet, that was the end for me. It hurted me seeing my grandma stand and cry because...
Oh, it has. This is why we're in the situation we're in. We used to, like, monitor them, but now since we're not monitoring them anymore, it's because I started letting her go, out with him in this neck as she turned older. She's an adult, but it's like there's steps you have to take to even get an apartment, be stable, all these things, but he jumped from A to like freaking Y, Z. He wanted to just take over my daughter. Like, basically, we don't even need... He talked bad about Troy. He really destroyed their relationship with each other. Troy and Emily used to be so close. Kadin'S just ripped them apart. Always having an issue. They used to dress alike. They used to be so cute together. They used to rough each other up, play with each other. He ripped that relationship apart. Me and Emily used to be so close. He messed that relationship up. She started popping off, just going crazy like.
Every time you say one little thing about him, gets so mad.
Yeah.
I know I've been through it. I have been through it.
And then he's so disrespectful. Like, he'll be in my house, like, and you say something to him that you don't like, he will go back and forth with you for like ever. And through text messages,
he has to have the last word.
He has to have the last word. It's like, you don't do people's mothers like that. So he must not respect his own mom.
The way he talks to his mom, he's like, he gets mad, excuse my language. Fuck you, I don't give a fuck. But he only does it when Ray is not around, which is his stepdad. He only does it when he's not around. Because Ray there, Ray don't play that.
Right.
And so when Ray's not there and they get in an argument, he's like, I don't give a fuck. Fuck you, you fat bitch. He would call his mom.
To his own. No wonder Emily's so disrespectful to me right now.
I'm telling you, that's how he is. And she would take it. She'd be like, okay, stop. Just calm down.
That's sad.
I would say that growing up, let me tell you, my teeth would be knocked out of my mouth.
Right. That's my thing. And they're trying to tell me I'm rough with my child. You ain't about to take over this house.
And then
I'm about to beat your...
Kane don't have nothing in his name but his Facebook. He don't have a car in his name. He don't have a house in his name. He has nothing to show for nothing he did.
Right.
That's just how he is. He wants things to be handed to him in life, and he mad because, like, if it was for, like, behind his back, his mom would give him money behind Ray back. because Ray don't play that. Ray was like, if you can't work for your money, I'm not giving you money.
Right. Yeah, he would be.
Like when just people just contribute to him, so he can do what he wants to do.
Yeah, this dude is so. What were you gonna say, Troy? Before I go into,
I was gonna say like how you was saying your mom would like pop you. You know what I'm saying? And he says the N word. Like he from like where we from. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
He always claims like he from the hood and like he got all these black friends and you know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to ask you like is he from that?
Oh no, Caden was not from the hood. Let me tell you, they have a little town called Croc Springs, very racist town, must I remind you. No matter what, Miss Kelly, which is Caden's mom's dad, always made sure that they was good. Always made sure they was good. They always had a nice house. They never had to stay in the hood. I can guarantee you that. They never had to stay in the hood. I'm not saying he always got fed with a silver spoon, but pretty much. He never know what the struggle is. And I feel like when I told him about my life, I feel like when he would go and rap, I feel like, damn, this is kind of the shit I've been through.
These niggas fold like the letter, my niggas hating on my head.
So why are you saying that? Why are you rapping about something like that when that's what I've been through?
so you told him what you've been through and he rapped about it? Oh,
yeah,
Lord.
Wow. I'm like, you don't understand how good you had it.
Right.
You know? Like, you don't, like, no matter what, your parents make sure you were good.
Mm-hmm.
I was raised in a single parent home, and not even my parent, my grandparent.
Right.
So you didn't have to live in the hood. You didn't have to, none of that. No matter what, Caden was always good. Miss Kelly made sure he put in his mouth a roof over his head.
She seems like a very sweet lady, and just really, because we talked before too when this Kadin just acted a fool, and I mean she was crying on the phone like her heart is broken. That's her son, but like this dude be off the chain, like he trying to like take over. You ain't taking over my house. You done took my daughter out of here, which, I gotta I wouldn't mind. Emily's like 19, and I feel like at a certain point you're gonna leave, but you're gonna leave the right way. Like, why you leave like this with this dude controlling you, and then over one little stupid argument in the car? Because it's like they've been planning this. They've been looking for this. They made this.
With me when I was working, he was like, okay, let's start looking for apartments. I'm like, whoa. I don't know, because I can't take care of you and an apartment.
Right. That's because he wants to get out of his mama house, and he's looking for an opportunity.
Come up.
Mm-hmm. And he thought he was going to do that with me, but I cut that short. After all that stuff I had went through, I literally woke up. I'll never forget 2019. My birthday is November 12th. I'll never forget Miss Kelly came bring me a cake and a balloon, because every year she buy me something for my birthday, and he came with her, and he didn't even look at it. He looked at me up and down and acted like he didn't even see me there. And after that, he left, and he was like, oh, I got a batter, B-I-T-C-H, and he sent me a picture of Emily. I'm like, why you send me this? I'm done. I don't care.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, he's like, I got a batter thing, and she got money. She have everything you could never have. I'm like,
she got money and everything. Oh, Lord, girl, he was planning on making an attack. Y'all you and Emily kind of look alike. So he's a weirdo. But
yeah, he is.
But like I just feel like I'm so scared for her, because she tells me the physical fights like in the car where they be going at it, and I was gonna where he's grabbing on her, yanking her, doing all this crap, and
he loves to grab. He loves to grab, and his favorite part. His favorite part of me to grab was my neck. The back of my neck, he would always catch the back of my neck. Like when I would least suspect, when we get in an argument, I would walk away from him. He would grab the back of my neck and drag me. That was his favorite thing. That's his favorite thing.
Yeah, and so Emily, she'll be coming in here opening up, but then if you speak on it and be like, oh no, this can't go down, we about to regulate this dude, we about to, no, I hate you guys. She flips out like so bad, like she's gonna kill us. I'm like, we riding for you, like you my child, and it just So, you know, we would back up. So but it got so bad that Troy was so sick of it. He videoed her going loco in the car just because we was trying to get this fool over here to do a YouTube video because he ain't been coming in the house. He been picking Emily up and dropping her off and just picking her up. So rude. He makes her run out to the car like a flea.
That's how he was. Because he would come pick me up from my grandma's house before I would go live with him. He would go pick me up from my grandma's house and be like, I'm outside, hurry up. And my grandma was like, he not going to come and speak to me? Because the type of person she is, she's like, oh, no, come speak to me, tell me hi, hello, and y'all can leave. You know, just come, you know, just tell me hi.
Come up to the door and get the girl. Don't just run out like you some trash. I didn't birth no trash. My daughter should be respected, especially if she's taking care of you. And so she would run out to the car, and so I went out there several times and said, don't be having my daughter run out to the car. Anybody could do something to her while she's running out to the car. And then they would sit in the car for hours, arguing and fighting in front of my house.
Crazy. That is crazy. That's I'm telling you, it's like a repeat of what me and him went through. I'm telling you, this is like hearing myself all over again.
Yeah.
It's like all over again.
You know, a leopard don't ever change his spots, honey. I'm glad you done got away from him. Now I'm trying to save my child. So I'm saying that to say, like, I don't know what should I do. Like, I know it's a toxic relationship. I know Kadin'S got bipolar. I hate to put that out there, but you know he takes meds.
Yeah, to be specific, I know he takes Zoloft.
Okay.
To be specific, he takes Zoloft. He's been taking it since we've been together.
And it's like, is that like, so he stopped taking it at one point and then go ahead.
When he stopped taking it, he gets on his bad rampage to where he isolates himself. He don't want to eat. He always tell me, Ali, I feel like I'm about to die. I'm like, that was kind of weird. You know, he goes through the phases where he's like, oh, all I need is you by me, and as long as I have you, we good. I don't want to do nothing. I don't eat. That's how he is. But when he gets back on it, I feel like it's a little bit better, but it's not, you know, he's not all the way himself.
Yeah. And he had this terrible attack over here where he was...
body attacks?
Where and then now my daughter's screaming, I'm so depressed. I'm having anxiety. Emily never said this stuff. It's like some crazy stuff. Emily used to smile so much, be so beautiful doing her hair. She done stopped working out. Every time I say, come on, let's walk, let's run, let's go she got a whole gym membership. She got all this access to working out, doing all this stuff. No, I'm just tired. I'm going to go get in my bed. She lays in her bed and watches TV all day. I'm so scared she's going to get pregnant by this man. I gave her a birth control.
Me pregnant at a young age too. He was trying to get me pregnant. He wanted to have a baby. I guess it felt like he was going to trap me. He tried so very, very, very hard. He started buying this thing called Pre-Seed. It's a lubricant that's supposed to help you get pregnant. So I don't know if you ever came across that, but that's what he would do. He wanted the baby so bad with me to trap me, but I got on birth control behind his back. So
thank God. Good. Oh my God. So I got her on birth control, but she's under my insurance, but I don't know if she's gonna come back and get the pills. Like, or she gonna? And when she had left with him for 4 days, she didn't take her pill for 4 days.
Oh, so that's 4 days that she missed.
Right. So I was worried. This dude, it's like, I'm so stressed out. Like, I feel like if y'all gonna, you know, I know if she wants to definitely be with him or whatever, I feel like she should not be under his roof where he's controlling her. No friends. You can't talk to no friends. You can't talk to no family. You can't talk to you. And then she was on social media earlier. She had went live and he said, get off live. And she got off. She ain't never got off no live for me when I say get off live. Like he's controlling her life. And these stupid fans that don't believe it are getting on my nerves. They just want to see Emily and Kadin together, but it's a fake relationship. And this boy turned on it's fake to the public and drama and chaos in private. Troy turned on that freaking video camera. I didn't want that stuff posted, but we deal with that every day. It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh man, That's how the same thing I was going through with him. Like my grandma would try to call my phone. He wouldn't let me answer. He blocked her. I went months without speaking to my grandma because of him.
That's
I went months.
sad.
Would call his phone. She would call his phone. Can I please speak to Aaliyah? Oh, she's not around me. I don't know where she's at. Making it look like, but he would do this when I wasn't around because he knew I was going to say something. So he'd go, oh, she's not with me. I don't know where she's at. Like, make it look like I'm just running the roads or something. Like,
Yeah, she would be. Earlier, I called Emily, and he's like, I didn't have nothing to do with that. I was getting gas. I don't tell her to not talk to you. As soon as he told her to call.
She's her own person. That's what he says. She's her
Yeah,
own
that's what
person.
he keeps telling me. She's her own person.
Whatever she's doing, that's because that's what she's doing.
Oh, my gosh. That's exactly what that fool told me. Lie. It's like he got a freaking script. It's just ridiculous.
Yep.
But, oh, God. I just want my child safe. She's lost right now.
I just hope, like, this doesn't happen to any other girls, you know what I'm saying? Because the pain and the hurtfulness, that I feel, I don't want nobody else to feel that, And
exactly, and that's why I wanted to reach out to y'all and tell y'all, because honestly, I didn't listen. I didn't care. I literally had to learn on my own to stop, So I feel like maybe everybody's different. Everybody's different. Maybe she'll get fed up one day, but there's only so much I can tell her. Because no matter what my grandma told me or tried to tell me, I didn't care. I had to learn for myself.
Right.
Well,
And when I say don't stop fighting for her, do not stop because it'll only get worse. It'll only get worse.
I know.
I feel like everybody needs to know about this because it's just too toxic, and that's why I posted the video. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah.
Well, whatever y'all do, y'all just don't stop. Don't stop. Do whatever y'all can to try to keep her, because there's only so much you can tell a person. Even if y'all tell her y'all talk to me, she's like, oh, any female, she's gonna be like, oh well, that's his eggs is different with me, but
Yeah.
she knows. Wait, that's the same thing I'm going through.
And the weird thing is he had your tattoo on his arm and was weird about it. And we kept saying, are you still with her or what? I said, why would you go around with a girl's tattoo on your arm if you're not with her? And he might have been trying to play both of you until he got Emily. And
well, see, we stopped talking. I can literally tell you, November 12th 2019 was the last day I've ever seen him. And ever since then, I've never seen him. 2019... that's the last time I seen him. Last time.
Well, he was around December. I think he was around during that time because it was November 2019. He was around.
Yeah, because see, he had
Emily's birthday. Well, they were being friends at that time, but they really were probably more. But we had a friend relationship in the public. Because I said, you got to work for her. You can't just come in here and be with her. You got to work on this relationship. So they said, let's just be friends to the public. And we didn't. I said, don't post him, nothing. And then he kept wanting to be posted. How come I ain't getting posted?
He wanted that fame. He wanted that crowd.
He was dying for that fame. Oh, remember, he wanted to be. I said,
he was like, why you keep doing videos with your brother? Do something with me and stuff like that.
And then I remember it was Valentine's Day. I said, you finally gonna get posted. She gonna say that you with her. And so he was like so happy because she finally was gonna post him. And his page was blowing up. And he just was like thinking.
He likes that attention. That's what he wanted all along. And
he's so dumb. I'm the one who got Emily to where she is now. Like, me and Emily were sitting in here and I said, you need to start a little, because she was very depressed at the moment. I said, you're beautiful. We're going to do your hair and we're going to do you a little page. And you start doing some little dances and stuff. And she was like, ooh, everybody likes it. They started commenting. And then we just started with that. And then he was so small. He would come in and do video. Then we started doing YouTube. And it just we just started taking off. And we started doing a bunch of other videos. But I mainly built Emily's page because Stephanie was working her page. But like, it's like we did all that work for you to come along and think you're gonna take everything. No.
Take over, and that's what he wanted. That's what he wanted all along. He wanted to be able to have that control, so he control what happens, what doesn't happen, what be posted. Like that's how he was. Every social media I've ever had, he had my code to Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, anything I had.
Oh, he tried to do that, and he tried to take her phone and go through everything. But my security said, give her back her phone. He was always like, give her back her phone. We ain't doing that. Going through phones. Like, it was a weird control freak. He wanted her passwords, too, and I said, I have all the passwords. So you ain't getting jacked. So, you know, I have all the passwords. Because guess what? When Emily and Kadin break up tomorrow, Emily's still going to have her stuff secured. I have her YouTube. I have her Instagram. Because I said he better go make some of his own. So he turned his pages all into Emily and Kadin. Because he wasn't making it by himself. It ain't no more Kadin pages nowhere. He turned all his stuff into Emily and Kadin. So I feel like when Emily come back one day, you know, she's still getting paid from our accounts and stuff too in her account. But I secured the bag for her, you know. Whenever she wake up, ain't no inner gonna take her.
Realizes this is not it. When she finally realizes this is not it.
Right. But we want to stay in touch.
If y'all was to let her and didn't do all that, he was gonna drain her dry so she had nothing. He was gonna drain her dry.
Right.
Absolute dry.
I know, and you're right on time with that. That's exactly how I've been feeling, and I let too much go on. I should have got rid of this fool a long time ago. But I looked at my daughter's tears and I said, I can't be doing this. You know, she's so in love. And I said, let me just try to work this out. Cause
try to see around it because.
Right.
Yeah.
But.
I understand. Cause
sweetheart. Oh my gosh. But, we are Aaliyah, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Beautiful name. We're gonna be in touch with you and stuff too, but I don't know. I just feel like we need to really, really expose this dude. I'm so scared that I would have to
do that to somebody.
Yeah, I would have to get your permission though.
I told my grandma about like the situation because I wanted her to be. I actually wanted to go to her house tonight and do it. Like to do the video because I feel like I needed somebody's support, but she has COVID, so I couldn't go over there right now.
Well, look,
so I was like,
we love you. Let me tell you something. We love you. You can come over my house anytime. Come do some videos. But I'm gonna let you know, we've been recording you, but we won't post it without your permission because because I wanted you to be relaxed and just be able to say it. But if you don't want us.
I told my fiance, said, Brandon, I'm so scared. I don't get on FaceTime with nobody. I'm like, and I feel like y'all famous to me. So I feel like regular, they famous, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with my hair. I did my hair and everything. I was so scared, nervous. I was like, I don't know if I should look good. I need to get some good lighting.
No, you look good. She's cute. Troy said he
talk to people, so I'm like, I hope I don't stutter. I hope I don't. Like,
no, you're so good. Like you sound perfect. All right, y'all, this is the end of the video. I'm so proud of this girl. Like, she is so beautiful and strong and has the ability to overcome what happened to her. And I just hope that Emily finds the same peace. Hopefully she could be as strong and as beautiful as her. Emily's already beautiful, but right now she's being mentally controlled. I just look forward to my child becoming just like Aaliyah, into this wonderful girl and just putting all this behind her and finding her a healthy relationship. There, you know, you don't, just because somebody's your first or somebody controls you, don't feel you're inadequate, that no one else wants you. That's what these dudes want you to believe, that no one else wants you, but that's not true. You are beautiful. If you're out there suffering from the same thing that my daughter is, it's mental control where she complains about all this stuff and is hurt and depressed, but then she hides it and she doesn't want anybody to know. And then just the same thing that happened to Aaliyah, you know, every time someone grown steps in, this dude, you know, he gets these girls to where they defend him. And Emily is suffering seriously. And you know, it's like her past of what's happened as far as, you know, her being hearing impaired and different things on top of this dude coming and manipulating her mind. And I love my daughter. I want her home. And I really pray every day that she'll be blessed with a good guy like Aaliyah found. Just because you have this bad relationship with one guy, don't give up. There is somebody out there. Aaliyah found somebody great. She's with him now. He's a wonderful guy. He doesn't mentally abuse her. So, Emily, you can find someone else. Kadin is not your last.
Because it's unacceptable how Kadin treats women. And they tried to, and Kadin and Emily tried to talk about how we abuse her.
That's because they were trying to throw the issues off, Troy. That's what a manipulative person does.
When he's sitting up here pulling guns out on girls, that's not how you treat no woman. You're supposed to hold the doors open for them. You're supposed to fix them food and stuff, you know, be there for them when they hurt and stuff, you know.
Right. And, you know, that's how I treat, you know, even though Troy, he's young, but...
That's how my mom taught me. That's how you're supposed to treat a woman.
And take care of them, buy them, you know, what they need. If they go, you know, if they need food, you don't make a girl pay, you know, you don't...
If they need pads, you gotta buy them pads.
This dude. Right. So, and a relationship shouldn't be forced, you know. A relationship should be given on both parts, and a relationship should be happy. And it's not always happy. There's arguments, but this is extreme. Don't put Benny on here. And Emily has been a gun pulled out too with her. And Emily, you know this. You told me. So, y'all, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and support us, you know, in this journey.
Y'all, Emily's in danger, bro. Emily's in danger.
Emily, come home, and you can just start over and get you an apartment with a friend or something. And then and then work on trying to do a relationship later. You know, this has gotten...
This is trapped in Opelousas. Because Kadin's the only one who can drive.
Right, and that's how he wanted it before. He knew she was working on driving and getting herself, you know, independent, so he snatched her up quick. Like as soon as... Hashtag Emily come home. Hashtag Emily come home.
Hashtag Kadin'S canceled.
Love y'all. We out.